Hey guys, this is Bob from Do It Yourself Forestry. We're going to start today with a series of videos on compass use. Going to go over a lot of different things on them, what you want to look for when you're buying one, the little intricacies of it, how to use it, and getting some more advanced stuff later on, how we use compasses in forestry. But it's important that I believe it's important that before we get into anything more as far as your timber management, the actual silviculture end of things, how to actually start managing your land, it's going to be tough for you to manage your land if you can't find your way around it. So you need to have a compass. And if you're already an outdoorsman, you probably already have one. Probably know how to general way to use it, and that's fine. I'm going to show you a few things with these particular compasses and why I think they're important for forestry work and why I'd really recommend you buy one. It's not going to kill you if you don't have one just like this, as long as you have a good compass at hand. But one like this really goes a long way doing the kind of work you're going to want to be doing. So what are some of the things we're going to want to look for? These particular ones are called, I've seen them called anything from a mirror compass or a sighting compass. I'm not sure the exact one, depends on which website you look on, but we'll just call them a mirror compass because, well, they have a mirror. See that? By God, look at that, a mirror. And it's not just to look at how good you are and that kind of stuff. I know how ugly I am. I don't need to remind myself. Let's use that when you start doing sightings. Now, some other things you want to look for, brands. This one here is a Silva. It's a little worn off, but you can read it. It's a classic brand, classic name. I think you get these for $30, $40. This one's a Brunton. This is the one I use at work. Got my paint markings on here. Open it up. The mirror is nice and dirty, but gets the job done. Suntoe makes another one. Those are a little bit more spendy. You're looking $60, $70 for one of those. This is Brunton. I was looking online. I really can't find one like this anymore. Maybe I just missed it. I didn't search terribly hard. I looked through a few websites and on the actual website of the company, they had one similar. Looked like it had a bunch more stuff on it, a little more bells and whistles, or it had, I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it just because I haven't used it. I'm sure it would work though. It's a name brand. It's got the mirror. It's got the sighting lines, so I'm sure it'll work out just fine for you. But I'm recommending what I know to work. And I don't have a Suntoe here. I've used them. Scores of foresters and guys who use Suntoes. They're fine. They're gonna last you. It is, I know you're thinking, well, I could go down to the dollar store or Walmart and get that little compass that you clip onto your, if the safety pin you buy at the same time you buy your deer license. No, don't do that. Get a real compass. It's a good investment in the long run. These things are pretty tough to break. I've had this one 4 or 5 years, wear it every day at work. I've fallen on it, smashed it on trees, dragged it behind snowmobiles and four-wheelers. It still points north, amazingly. So, and you're not going to put it through that kind of abuse. I use this in the forester. I use them daily. So it'd be one of those one-time things. You buy it once, you cry once, you're good to go. Some other things you want, they all come with a lanyard. This one, I don't know what happened to the original one, but this is just tie string on it. This is the original lanyard on this Brunton here. Lasso it to yourself so you don't lose it, because then you really are in a world of hurt, because that's usually a time that your technology will fail you. This little gizmo, not sure of the proper term. I should have looked it up before I made the video, but I'm going to call it the declination adjustment screwdriver thing. All these better compasses have a declination adjustment. It's a little bit better if I turn the compass around. See that grid as it clears up a little bit? Maybe if I show it through it. That's a little bit. But anyways, those are numbers. If you're looking up, going either left or right, it's degrees at 0 to 90. Now we'll get into declination and how you set it, and the principles of declination and how you set it on these compasses. We'll do that in another video because I don't want these videos to be crazy long, so you don't get too bored listening to me talk about compasses. So we'll get into that more, but it's important that you have declination. If you don't set your declination to where you're at, you will you'll be so far off when you're navigating through the woods it won't even be funny. Now, if you're just general navigation, you just need to get to the road or get to the trail. That's probably going to be okay. Most areas of when you get real far east and west, it'll really throw you off. But even here, where I'm at in northeastern Minnesota, we're darn near zero. I think we're like 1.5 or 2 degrees off declination. And that, if you run a straight quarter mile with 1 degree off, you're going to be quite a bit off. I mean, not enough to get worried or get in trouble. I mean, really, it would be feet. I'll do the math. I'll show you how that works out in another video. There's actual math to figure that out for you. Where I'm at, if I'm off a degree or two, it's not a big deal. You go out to the far, eastern part of the country or the western part of the country, you're talking 15, 16 degrees. I think at the far western ends of those spectrums, you're going to be way off. That might not get you back to that road. So you got to set your declination. Another thing to make sure, if you're buying one of these Suntos or a Silva, it's going to have them. But I just want to point this out. That one doesn't show up that good. Let's see if it shows up better here. Yeah. See that light line? That's important. That's what you line up whatever degree you want to. So like I have this set at going 90 or straight east. It's lined up with that, and that lines up. Eventually we'll get to the point of how this all lines up for you. But make sure it's got that, or that you can at least see it. That most of them have it. Even the other, like the base plate compasses, the ones without the mirror, I've seen have those. So it shouldn't be an issue. But just buyer beware. Don't just get excited by a compass and you get the wrong one. Just be aware that that's on there. There's a lot of other stuff that we'll go over on this compass. Some of the scales, map scales. Though honestly, I mean, for myself and a lot of my coworkers and friends I know, it's not that I don't know how to do it. We just don't do it that much anymore because we do use technology. Could use them if I had to, but we'll go over that though. It's actually really neat how that works, and it could be useful for could be useful for you. And another reason I'm doing this too about these compasses is you might not want a GPS. Maybe it's just you can go buy this for $40. You can print off some Google Earth images. You get a USGS topo map. You're looking $50-$60 and you're pretty much good for life, as long as you own that piece of land. You buy a Garmin, some of the ones, even the handheld daily ones that I use, I think those Garmin, I can't remember the unit numbers, they're the type of units they are, but they're $150, $180, $200 or better. Maybe you don't want that. Maybe you just want to get it out and around. So that's why we're going to go over this. They're very useful. Foresters, surveyors, anybody in the outdoors has been using compasses forever. This whole nation was surveyed with a steel tape, some pins, and a compass. So they work. And I think it's real important that you know how to use them. And I feel a little bit of guilt if I didn't teach you some basics of the compass use. And then after you do find yourself out getting lost, you'll know how to get out. And that way you won't send me a nasty email saying, "Dang, Bob, I went to go follow all your forestry instructions, but I got lost. Thanks." So hopefully this will help. And like I said, this is part one of I don't know how many parts. I'm going to take you guys outside for a few things, and it'll show you some more stuff a little more in depth. Okay, thanks.